What's up, guys? Merry Christmas! And I hope you're having a really good day today, because I got two things that I'm going to review today. And it's going to be a big one, because it's my first double review. So, keep your eyes peeled, because this one's about to be really fun. Anyways, I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. Like, I feel jolly today. I've been feeling jolly all these days. I put Christmas music on, and that's pretty much all. If I had a Santa hat, I would wear it, but I cannot find one. But overall, I hope you're having a good day. And anyways, enough of me yapping. Let's get started. On the list, we got the Track and Attack Indoraptor, and this one's pretty cool, to say the least. I just really think the guy's really cool, and I like what they did. He looks better than all his previous models for sure. Anyways, I'm excited for this one because I don't have an Indoraptor toy and this is my first one, so it's a nice addition to my collection. But also, there's something else even bigger that I got. Hiya Toys Shimo. I actually have zero idea how I'm gonna do the unboxing part because I have one hand and one hand doing the other thing, so this one's gonna be really big and stressful for me, but at least it's gonna be worth it. After nicely and calmly taking out the Indoraptor, here he is in all his glory. I really love the paint job. I love the blue light, and it just looks really cool. I wish they could have painted the nails a little different, but I gotta say, I can't lie, this one looks pretty cool. I love the yellow that they did. I really love what they did with the paint here. And there's a little button here where he roars and his eyes turn red for some reason, but I dig it. And when you push this button, he goes that way and he goes this way. So also for some reason, since it's called Track and Attack, he has this weird thing that I actually have zero idea how to put on because I haven't seen people how they do it. And I have not read the instructions. So let me just try to put it on. Now that I put this thing on by plopping it right here, I guess it's like a little headgear where he's able to like scan and track people and hunt them down, which I guess is pretty cool, and it looks pretty cool to say the least. I love it because it goes back to like when the Indoraptor was gonna originally be used for the military or something. Anyways, I want to see what he looks like with this mask of his or his scanner. Okay, I will say, this is pretty cool. Now, articulation-wise, this thing can do an okay spread. The tail, I actually don't know about the tail. Let me check that out. Articulation on the tail is very stiff, but you can move it around and it has a swivel, allowing you to do a full 360. And articulation on the legs, well, they can also do another full-on 360, as you can see right here. And, oh wow, he looks like he's in pain. Sorry, buddy. Let me just get out off of you. Oh god, this is frustrating to do with one hand. Now, on the hand, like the only thing that they really do is that they do this, which I will say still is cool. Anyways, on the head also, wait, I actually don't know how the head works. Oh yeah, it just goes side to side. And also you can open the jaw, so I will say, if I were to rate this figure, hold on, let me give a moment. I'll give this guy like a 3.5 stars or 4 stars because I'm not gonna lie, I think there's some parts where they could have improvised on the articulation, but also I will say that the model and the sculpting, it really looks really cool and really feels faithful to the Indoraptor. So yeah, I'll give it a 4 stars, for sure. Be wondering, why did I get this one and not Godzilla? Well, I have another one that's coming soon, but I got this one specifically because it's Christmas time and you know, it's snowing, even though outside it's not snowing and it keeps raining. But overall, I got this one to see and check this one out. And I see like a bunch of great reviews and this one looks really cool. Anyways, since I don't have a razor like all the other figure reviewers do, I'm gonna have to use the most safest but also sharpest knife that I could find in my household. So we'll start over here and oh boy, that's gonna take a while. Now after I did this, hold on. I just gotta pull this thing out somehow. Oh god, this is frustrating. Okay. So I just need to use the strength of my right hand. Oh god, wait, I think there was another way. Hold on. Oh shoot. Has to be that way, right? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Finally took it out carefully. I tried giving it no scratches, even though there are some parts where it kind of screwed up, whatever. Here's Shimo on all her glory. I will say, this is my hand. Maybe my hand's slightly bigger than yours, I don't know. But she is pretty kind of small. I expected her to be a little more bigger, but she is pretty good for size. We're taking her out, and Jesus, that's way too much plastic. Hold on a second. We have the Hiya Toys Shimo, and this exceeded my expectations. The painting and sculpting on this figure is gorgeous. I have to give it to Hiya. They did a really good job. It really shines in the light. And you know, the pearly coating that they gave them. And for some reason, I have no idea why, but when you get this figure, it feels very oily. The thing that shocks me the most is how they painted the eyes, because it's like one of the tiniest features about this figure, and they painted them so well. And so did they did with the teeth, which I have to give it to Hiya. It looks amazing, and I'm surprised they were able to get this really well. And the fact that this only cost $60 is crazy. I want to give you a reminder that the Hammond Collection Spinosaurus, which is still not a bad figure, is literally the same price as this piece of art. This is probably like the Picasso of Godzilla figures or something. I actually don't know anymore, because there's so many good ones that Hiya has been making. I haven't been keeping track, but they have done a really good job on this. I don't remember the Hiya Toys Shimo figure being this good, although I feel like they could have helped and fixed some part on the articulation. And I will say, it's very stiff. Had to hot dry. I had to use like a hair dryer and dry this thing up to loosen the joints. And it kind of did, but man, this figure is really stiff. And it hurts so much because of these things and the edges. This figure is really sharp, I will tell you that. Love how they beautifully painted the nails on Shimo. And that's all I gotta say for this figure. It's really well done. And the sculpting is just spectacular. When you get this figure, it's like as if Shimo got shrunk down. And this is her. Anyways, now time for the articulation. And this segment is going to be very, very, very long. And I mean very long. There's a ball joint at her neck and over here, and it can be a swivel. Over here at the jaw, I can go up and down, and there's a opposable tongue, which I already showed you guys. Anyways, now onto the waist. Now this part is very, very stiff, so you have to like hair dry it or something. Anyways, it has a little swivel, and it can bend up and down. It has a little crunch, and it has these little parts over here where basically they just slide in over here. There's another segment which is slightly more stiffer, and that's all I gotta say for this figure. On the torso articulation, I mean, it's very stiff, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this with just one hand, but it feels very solid, the figure, I will say that. Now onto the feet articulation. There's over here a swivel, a ball joint at the leg. There's also like a hinge over here, a little weird thing where it does a swivel. There's another segment, and there's this awesome thing where it's like there's like two segments. It's like cut in half. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there it is. Unfortunately, no feet articulation. The reason why I say feet articulation is because that there's air articulated at the hand, but not on the feet for some reason. Now let me try to balance this girl right. Anyways, now this is the articulation on the tail. This is how far it can bend. And it can't bend all the way, but it has a really good range of articulation. And I will say this, the figure feels very solid, although I feel like at some parts, especially at the spikes, they feel very brittle at the end. Like I was like fixing something and one of these things broke off, so I gotta like super glue one of these things. But overall, oh yeah, I also forgot about the arms. Over here at the arms, there's these parts over here. The biceps or shoulders or elbows are really big and buffy, and they are very stiff, and they are very not friendly. Anyways, there's also like a little swivel over here. There's a hinge joint, another swivel, and these are the hands. As you can see over here, I have to zoom in a little more, but as you can see, this part is articulated. There's another articulated part here, and there's little hinges. But basically, the fingers have individual articulation, and the thumb has extra. And you can also swivel these guys. And yeah, that's pretty much what he can do. He can do a lot with the hands for sure. Anyways, that's pretty much about it for the for your articulation on Shimo. And I have to give this one maybe like, I don't want to give it 5 stars because nothing's perfect. I'll give it 4.9 stars, because the thing is, I wish that the articulation was a little more better and the figure wasn't so stiff, and some parts didn't break so easily, like these things. I had to super glue that parts. But overall, this is an amazing figure, and the price is insane for only $60. So if you want to buy this thing, I suggest you to get it now, because this is a really amazing figure. I also want to say that I feel like the poses you can get on this figure are really crazy, and honestly, you can do a lot with this figure, and it's a really fun figure. The only problem is that like it really hurts for me, and the joints can be really stiff at first, and for some reason the figure's kind of oily. But overall, I love what they're going for. I look at this figure, screw it. It's not a 4 point something stars. This is 100% a 5-star figure. This is amazing, and if you want this, you should definitely buy this. Now, time for the size comparisons. Okay, now for the size comparison segment. Shimo is actually a little more shorter than the Indoraptor, dwarfing her. Which I'm surprised, because I thought this figure was gonna be a little more bigger. But if this is how small Shimo is, I'm wondering how small Godzilla's gonna be, and Kong and Scar King. The Indoraptor with our D-Rex, and the Indoraptor is kind of big, considering that he's able to scale with the D-Rex. Here's my Indoraptor with the Godzilla -1 Bandai collectible figure. Here he is with Evolved Godzilla, Kiryu Mechagodzilla, Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus. Here he is with the Hammond Collection Spinosaurus. Here we have Shimo with Kiryu with -1 Godzilla. Shimo with the Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus. Have Shimo being dwarfed by the D-Rex. Have the Hammond Collection Spinosaurus looming over Shimo.